It's still Monday, December 13th. I came back. I went to go move my car. It was nice and sunny outside, which is really nice because it's been rainy. So it was nice to get out for a little bit and walk. And I was able to move my car. Same spot. I keep in the same spot. Like it's really cool now that I caught on. So I have my spot there, and I went to the post office, mailed out my cards. Thankfully, I didn't have to pay. I think I only had to pay 20 more cents for one of them, but I still have a few more that I'm working on, but I wanted to get those going, which is nice. And then the whole way there, I was just so grateful. Like, it just felt good to be out again, because I've been in here for the past couple days with the rain and just working. And then there was a part of me that was just like, oh, I'm gonna go to Faye's, get my coffee. But then there was the other part that's like, you're not gonna make it. No, just do what you originally planned. I wanted to go get eggs for the week, because I'll be gone after this week. So I'll be gone for 2 whole weeks. And so I want to make sure I'm mindful of what I'm eating, what food is left here. But I also know it's going to be a busy week because I'm already moving my clients over, so I'll be working more days than not. And so I just want to be mindful with the timing and that I have access to food, that I can like snacks, depending on how I schedule my week. And so I went to the grocery store, and this whole time I was thinking about Gary. I haven't checked in with him. I'd been thinking about him. And so I came out, and then it was cloudy. Like, you could tell, like, I'm like, what happened to the sun? And I had my jacket, so that was good. That I prepared. Like, I was like, I'm gonna take my jacket just in case. Good thing I did. And sure enough, as I walked out, it started raining. So I just like covered myself up. I didn't carry my umbrella, but I just had the jacket. And it's not that far where I go for my groceries, so oh, excuse me. I made it back just in time, but it was just nice to be caught in the middle of that. And anywho, meditated. So now I don't know. it's like I get a aha moment, and then I lose it. I lose it because it's just like, well, that doesn't make sense. How is it that one sign, right, meant something, like it was like more, and the one today was like not like the one that posted, where, so the one today was just this it wasn't even like this. It felt more like it was like still at the top, but there was this like a gentle kiss almost, or a gulp, just, like it wasn't radiating down, it was more like going like this, so it was more like yeah. And the only thing I could like the sensation of gulping, of swallowing, but it was very gentle, very like a kiss almost. It was a weird feeling. And then that was it. I got distracted in my head, and I adjusted myself, and then I couldn't get back in it. And then I wondered, I was just like, well, when I haven't listened to a lot of them because I had stopped subscribing for a while, just so I don't get completely distracted, right? And Allie's, I think I still kept, and now I want to keep checking, right? But I know ¿cómo se llama? Dana, Tarot Time with Dana. She I mean, now I understand how all of this is time consuming, like how they all, because it's time consuming, you know, it's not easy to pick up on the energy in the readings. So now there's this feeling of like, okay, I get it, I totally get it, you know, why it takes them a while to you know, like they only give out 3 videos a day. I guess to tap into the energy, right? You're needing to stay focused, if that's what that is, right? And Dana would get images also. She gets images and she gets them quick at different paces, and there's that intuitive feeling that she connects to the images, but she also hears, does she hear voices? She'll hear like the words, but she can feel spirits too in her presence. Allie doesn't really talk about feeling. It's more this energy, intuitive feeling that she gets. Chris from Minopon. It's very much with his, because he speaks quickly. I remember that. So I think I'm just trying to figure it out. How it was for that one that connected for that week. And there was like more of this movement, right? There was more of a storyline there. And then today's all just a little bit. So I don't know. But yeah. So I just want to share that little boop. And the fact that it completely nulled the hypothesis that I had, right? Or maybe it's just a combination, or there. No, it connects. You know what it reminds me of? Yesterday, I had this revelation of, as I was reviewing all the videos and just reflecting, right? A lot of self-reflection with my experiences, with certain themes in my life. There is this extreme, going from one extreme to another. Specifically, Martha speaking, when we're looking at relationships. No, maybe. In some situations, there's this extreme that I'm feeling, this extreme, right? Like one of the videos I was talking about, how I went from one extreme of being completely exposed as a child, right? completely exposed with my journaling, and I couldn't keep a journal because it was always exposed. But then even being pushed into uncomfortable situations over and over and over again. And then the other extreme, when I got married, I wasn't seen in my marriage. I mean, I was, but I really wasn't. There was always this feeling of like, he doesn't get me. And then there would be sparks of where I was filled with hope. I'm like, he gets me. And then I find out, no, it was someone else's idea that triggered him to like do something. And I'm like, oh, he doesn't get me. And I'm like, wah, you know, like, so there, I don't, like, he let me be, but to the point of not paying attention, right? Like there was this, so in therapy, when I was going to therapy back in the day, I appreciated my therapist because he made me view the situation in a different way. And I was explaining how that I always felt like I was having all these expectations from other people, and then he told me, he's like, so he's the first person that never expected anything from you. I'm like, no, he didn't. And then he's just like, how did that make you feel? I was just like, wow, that's right. Like, I didn't have to perform for him. That was the thing, because I didn't feel like I had to perform for him. Like, he just accepted me for who I was. And I was the one struggling accepting him for who he was, because I was now like projecting my expectations, right, of what a partner should be, or a husband, or, you know, and culturally, right? And I remember struggling, and I remember even asking him, like, tell me what's wrong with me, like, tell me what's wrong with me, what do you want me to do different? He's like, nothing. And I'm like, I'm like, no, like, you have to tell me. Why? Because I had this massive list of things that I wanted to change in him, and but he was never even open to even asking me back, like, well, is there something that I should be doing? Like, no. He accepted me for who I was, but I really struggled. So it really was more my issue, right? But that goes to show you, like, when you get into a relationship, for when you're not healed, right? When you're not done working through what you're needing to work on, and but then you don't realize that, right? You don't realize it. You're not aware of it. You're just going with the flow. People want, like, when are you gonna get married? When are you have kids, right? It's the expectations of society. Why am I talking about that? That totally wasn't what I'm talking about. Oh, going to the other extreme. You know, I had journals. I don't think you ever saw any of my journals. I never questioned where I was going. Like, so there was this element of, like, the other extreme, right? Too much of this, do whatever you want, right? Like, and not enough interest to keep me going. But then my personality, I need to stay engaged, right? I need something different. I need something new. Keep me entertained, right? Because I get bored easily. and I can entertain myself, but then that's where I start straying. Like, so I went from one extreme to the other extreme, right? And feeling stuck, feeling like I didn't have a voice. Here I'm being forced. Here I'm wanting it, but at the same time not knowing how. And now somewhere in the middle. Oh, okay. Why am I starting? Because I started realizing all of these other examples of life examples with different people, different interactions. It's like I'm getting a whiff, a taste, right, of each one. To be able to have a connection with someone, to be able to know an ounce of, like, oh, I know what that feels like, right? And so then my ability to connect with others, I'll be able to pick it up a little bit faster, because I'll know what that feels like. So like, I was even thinking of when I had that body experience, because I'm starting to think, like, all of these things that are unfolding, like, I haven't really, aside from the dreams being extremely prevalent, and this ability to tap into this violet, you know, the energy, if you will, all of the other experiences that I've had, like feeling the energy over me, right? Or feeling the energy here, or that out of body experience, like, it's a flavor, it's like a taste, like, that's what that feels like. Oh, okay, now I know what that feels like, right? So I don't know if I'm meant to really master all of that, more so to experience, like, that's what that feels like. Okay, that's what that feels like. Okay, so I just have a whiff, a taste, and then I move on to the next experience, just because that's what it feels like. This, if I'm trying to, like, take a step back and look at the overarching theme of how I've experienced certain situations, right? Like, I've had a whiff of pobreza, right? Like, a taste of it, a taste of what it's like to be well off, right? In a certain way, 6-figure income, but then also a taste of, like, not having a stable home, moving from place to place, and more than 10 times in my life, more than 16 times, something like that. But I've also known what it's like to have a nice house, and so it's just like these whiffs, these tastes, these savorings of experiences, of situations, and not fully being, except for those extreme situations, everything else has been just Taste. Taste. Name of them. Batteries right now. So, anyways, just wanted to fix that. Alright, bye. Hi, my name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me.